guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and this is going to be a pickups video. I have gotten quite a few things in the past few weeks or month, and there's a few more things on the way, but I kind of just wanted to get these out of the way before the stack got too high. So I'll do those in a future video. There's like maybe 3 more things coming. And thank you again for the cool shirt, Spence, Sega Soldier. So, with my new haircut, I kind of look like some kind of football player, soccer player, whatever. So I'll start off with the most recent, I guess. My friend Brian, who I've done a couple of videos with where he's played games with me and we filmed it, he picked me up a brand new copy of Aliens Colonial Marines. He got me the collector's edition for $9.99. He didn't want anything for it, he just gave it to me. He does that every so often, it's very sweet of him. And it comes with the full game, 2 pieces of DLC, a bunch of like dossier type, paperwork things, an action figure of that like mech that they use in the movies. I forget which one primarily. I think it was 3. And there's a guy in the mech or whatever, and it's supposedly like okay single player, but kind of mundane and not so great. Which is fine with me. I don't mind okay first-person shooters. I don't need like the best thing in the world. But the online is supposed to be very good. You can, I think if I remember correctly, yeah, you could drop in and out anywhere, anytime, single player with people. So obviously that makes it multiplayer. And you can kill each other, where one team is the aliens and one is the Marines. So for like $9 or whatever, I think he works at GameStop, so I think he got it for like 8 with his discount. So that's cool. Then he picked me up this. I've been wanting to play this with him, even though I haven't heard such great things. He picked me up a used copy of this with his discount, and again, he didn't take anything for it. And that's the giraffe getting oral sex, which I cannot not see now that I've heard that stupid thing. Resident Evil 6. They've really strayed away from the formula. The initial first few games were, few games were very, clunky. It's now become not clunky. It's become pretty easy to control, and it used to be very horror oriented. It's become more like quick time events and like a third-person shooter almost. So it's got like an action feel with horror elements, but it's not really such a horror game anymore, which I don't like. I like more like Silent Hill, where it's more straight-up horror and you don't really fight as much. But either way, this is cool. The demo I played, I liked it well enough, and we could play online together, me and him. So we were just looking for something new to play online. My friend Mike had, for Christmas, got me the Xbox Live again, even though I wasn't going to resubscribe. I was very glad to get it again. So we could play these 2 online, so I'm excited. He also picked me up, and I paid him for this one, I promise. Supremacy MMA on the Vita. Now, I didn't hear much about this. It just had some bad reviews, and it's really not that bad. I like it. I'll give it a 7. Once you get into the controls and you know how to reverse and kind of like hit buttons quick enough to do things, it's really fun. The stories kind of remind me of something out of like a Guy Ritchie film. Like I played as a wrestler, I can't think of his name. He kind of has a haircut like this, and he's got tattoos, so that's kind of ironic. But he's in much better shape. So he was from England, and like he goes to America and he tries to leave this like manager behind who's fucking him over. Like the stories are pretty good for these like little set pieces, and the fighting's fun. I mean, you can't just knock someone out with one punch and it's like game over, like the old UFC game on the Dreamcast. You have to like work the body and like really, the guy's like a health bar. I really like it. I think it's pretty fun. It was $7.99 used, and he got his discount, so another $1.60 off of that. So I think it was worth it. Then I picked up a used complete copy of with the code for the DLC. It still worked. I think it was like $13. Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed, and this is really fun. I'm not a big racing fan, and I'm not a big Mario Kart fan, but this has such it's such a kiss to its fans. It's such a love letter to its fans that they added so many obscure things, the backgrounds, the characters you could choose from. What's his name is in it? Wreck-It Ralph, Vice from Skies of Arcadia. Not this version, but the PC version, and I'm not sure, I think the Android version has Ryo from Shenmue riding a arcade machine with the the license plate tag of Shen 3, so it's kind of like a joke. Shenmue 3 has never come out. And I got Metal Sonic in this, so it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. There's 3 modes of play, so if you play on easy, it's pretty manageable. Medium gets a little tough, and then hard, I haven't even tried yet. So it's a good game. I really recommend this. And I also got Disgaea 3. I picked this up. It was a little pricey, actually. I don't know why I bought it. I should have waited, but I got it for $27. I think it was it used? I think it was used. And then like a couple days later, I saw it for $22, and I was like, you fuck. But it's weird because I've never played a Disgaea game before, but I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It's kind of a lot of grinding. You can go into these item worlds and use one of your items, and then the higher you get in this world, the more your item upgrades, and you can also level up while you're doing these fights. But there's like a lot to do, and I don't mean that in terms of the world. The world isn't vast. You're kind of in one place. You're in the school, and the humor is very weird. Like you want to be an honor student, but being an honor student means you're like the biggest asshole in the world because you're in a school for demons. So like a lot of the stuff they say is backwards, because to be good you have to be bad, kind of thing. It's humorous, and they make reference to video games and Slay Station, and the main character, Mao, I think his name is angry at his dad, the overlord of the world or whatever, of hell, because he broke his Slay Station portable and he lost 4 million hours of saved data, so you want to kill your dad or fight your dad and beat him and become a hero. Like, the story is very weird, but it's very funny. The only thing I don't like is a lot of the characters in my party are just, you create whatever you find, kinda. It's not like you have too much of a relationship with a lot of them. Maybe 1 or 2 are like main characters, and then the rest are kind of like, I just created this guy because he's strong. But I really like it. It's a lot of fun, and the humor is good, and the voice acting is pretty funny. If you like anime, or if you like strategy RPGs, I think you'd like it. I just don't like how small it feels, but it's very good. Then I picked up, excuse me, a bunch of Dreamcast games. And the first one is what I reviewed the other day briefly, and that's Web Mystery. If you didn't see that and you have an interest, it's an FMV mystery game with limited interaction. Check that out, my review. Then I got F355 Ferrari Challenge Passione Rossa, and this is a supposedly very good racing game. I played a little bit of it, and I remember it looking really cool. I actually didn't realize it was all first person. I probably wouldn't have ordered it, but I think I paid like $5 or $4 shipped. And this is a Yu Suzuki game that was, I believe, an arcade game originally that was translated. That's one of the reasons I really wanted it. I also am contemplating getting a Ferrari Dreamcast steering wheel, or the official Dreamcast wheel, which I hear isn't so good. So that was my reason for picking up a racing game. Same with this. I picked up 18-wheeler. I got this shipped for $3 with shipping, and it's in very nice shape. It's just an arcade game, you know, you race 18-wheelers and try and like make it. I haven't played this one yet, but again, I'm tempted to get the racing wheel. My friend a while ago gave me the case for this, so I figured I'd just order the disc for like a couple bucks, but the cheapest one was $3, and it was this. I talked the guy down. This one kind of disappoints me. Not a sports fan, but I got NFL Blitz 2001 because the Blitz games can be fun in small spurts, around and beat people up and whatever with friends. This was $1.50. At a thrift store I go to all the time, and I was all excited, and I switched the case out in the thrift store, so I got a really nice case, and there's some light marks on it. Now, a lot of light marks. And I was like, oh, it'll work. It doesn't. So I don't know, maybe I'll just chuck it. I mean, I've tried everything where you're kind of like, you know, you fill the gaps with some car wax and kind of let it sit and haze up, and then, you know, I usually do that and that works. This one ain't happening, so I might just throw this out and keep the case. And I picked up Pod Speed Zone, which I like picking up old online Dreamcast games. Like, I do want to get Speed Devils online, even though it's not online any longer, nor is Pod Speed Zone. I don't even know if this was online with the BBA. I think it is. It says broadband, but it's not any longer. So I can only play Quake 3 and Phantasy Star currently on my broadband adapter. But I don't know why. I just find it interesting when I pick up online or old online games for the Dreamcast. So Pod Speed Zone. And then I picked up these final 2 games. The original House of the Dead on Dreamcast, Saturn. This is the Japanese one. I had never played this. It held up pretty well though. I mean, the graphics aren't so great. The disc has a couple light marks, but nothing bad. and it's pretty fun. The cheesy voice acting, the shooting is fun. It's pretty difficult. Like, I got maybe 3/4 of the way through and died. But if you like the House of the Dead games, I think you like this. The blood is it green in this? I always forget. AJ Rosa from Sega Bits was telling me about the blood. And then I got this. This is in a bundle, actually. This and this for, I think, 25 shipped, both, which was pretty good because sometimes they go for like 15 a piece. Deep Fear. This is a Japanese survival horror game that they covered in this really great website I go to, or YouTube channel. I think they're called Strictly Sega. They haven't done anything in years, but they're from Australia and they cover a lot of obscure Sega titles. And it's like a throwback to, because this is kind of when it came out, the Resident Evil series with the cheesy voice acting. The voice acting is all in English, but the items and things are in Japanese. So it's definitely doable in terms of importing because it never came here. And I think it was in PAL. I think it was in PAL as well. So I think that you could import, and it's probably in English. But this was a lot cheaper from what I recall. And it controls like Resident Evil, except you can move and shoot at the same time. And I suppose it's just a fun game where you're stuck on this submarine and all this shit happens. So I wanted to try this out, and I thought it was a cool looking game. And that's it. This went on way longer than it should have. But thanks guys for watching. I hope you like some of the stuff you saw. Tell me what you think of some of it. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.